Hola, hi, welcome back to my channel. Taita babe here. Aki, if I could sing, I would have been Beyonce by now. Jesus Christ. But anyway, here I am talking, and I realize I do a lot. But anyway, so today I just want to do like can we just discuss on the things that you watch? I was reading something, The Day of the Jackal. It makes you think a lot. I don't know if you've ever watched or read. Nsoji Naum said the author. It's the novels that my dad used to read way back, so I used to read his novels. A book. Let me just Google the words then. I found the name. Robert Ludlum. Okay, my dad used to read a lot of Robert Ludlum novels way back, so I actually used to read them. The Jason. If you watched Jason Bourne, you know those thrillers. So I read them when I was a kid. It was fun. Plus the Jackal. It's a nice thriller, by the way. Anyway, so now there is a book I was reading way back. Okay, not way back, like I think like 4 weeks ago, and it's The Day of the Jackal. It's about this guy who planned the assassination of the French president, and things really went south for him. You know, he was being shot. In Kansas, like the first page, it's his assassin. It's his firing squad. Sasa now we're being taken back of how he planned it, and so that book made me nikaanza ku remember things that I have watched that have been very impressive. Like, okay, I'm to watch documentaries, and okay, I've watched all of them. Okay, not all of them. Okay, lakini kuna zile watch zile nice ones, National Geographic. I mean, have you ever just watched ile wanafuatanga like a wolf mpaka from the time it's born to the time inakufa? It's on his side. And then kuna women being trafficked in, you know, Eastern Europe, those sides. But then there is this documentary, and I believe like everyone should watch it. I think it's like the best Canadian, American, that documentary that has ever been created. I think the best that has ever been created was ile akina nani. Wait, was it? Mungiki ya Jonala Namu. That was it was nice. It was brilliant. And then after that, then there's now this guy inaitwanga Guantanamo's Child. I would want you to go and watch it. You can just stream it, like, you know where you get your stuff from. Si kila masa mnanonga sijui Netflix, you know. Into Guantanamo's Child. It's about, okay, first of all, okay, if you don't know what Guantanamo or what Guantanamo is, and I have to say, I think this dog anasikilizanga kati na recording, you know, anaanzanga kuback. Okay, I don't know, maybe anatuona, you know. Anyway, nilikuwa nakwambia gari yako imeenda lakini uko nasikia, you know that meme. Maybe I'll put it here. Maybe that dog is trying to tell me that, and then opportunity I'm ignore. But anyway, Guantanamo, there's a prison called Guantanamo Bay in Cuba. I mean, if you watched American 24 American thrillers, Guantanamo Bay is nearly a prison to terrorists who are wanashikwanga wakikwanga huko. And the reason I think Cuba, it's because of that. It's really quite shaky relationship with states. Okay, depends who it benefits. But say your prison iko huko now, it's run by Americans, but then now terrorists vikango huko. That reminds me of a story. Side note, this is a story. I think it's this guy. He's a communications director of CBK. He used to be an anchor on TV. Jina inanipotea, nitaiweka tope jina hapa sahi. So that guy was on a flight, and he didn't say from where. And so venye walifika destination X, everybody wakambi waketi chini. Sasa vile walikaa wanashtukia like marshals wanakuja. I think like he wrote this story. If you're in Wanderlust group on Facebook, he put that story over there. So it's because concerning terrorism too. So just a second, this dog is backing. Let me just a minute. Now the guy is called Wallace Kantai. Yes. So vile plane land. So normally plane in a land, mnafanya hizo announcements alafu wenye mnatoka watu wakabaki kama remain seated. Kidogo marshals wanaingia. Kidogo kume kuna dem like I think 4 seats across. She was reading a Quran. And then Marshals wakakuja tu kwake straight to. And then she was like, oh, it's like I was expecting you. Thank you for coming. And then she closed her Quran and she put out her hands like cuffs. And everybody's wondering the plane, like, what's going on? Later on, she was an international terrorist. Wallace was like, tungelipuliwa na mlikuwa mnajua mipanda hiyo plane. Anyway, so now when such people are arrested, so because yet watapelekwa committee, now wanapelekwanga that jail. So now the youngest person to have ever gone to that jail, just a second. So Guantanamo's Child is a documentary about this guy called Omar Kadir. Omar Kadir is the youngest person who's ever gone to Guantanamo Bay. He was 15 years old. What happened was that he was hanging out in a compound there's a SEAL team. If you have watched a program called SEAL Team, it's like the best. So it just shows like how SEAL teams do their thing. So this team was scouting like that particular place, and then they saw this compound with suspicious activities. So they went to see what was happening. Kumbe Umar and his friends were there. And then now, like a shootout happened. And then somebody from inside the compound threw a grenade. Allegedly, think it was Omar who threw it. I think that's what this story goes. And in the event, guys died, plus a guy from the team. Yeah, the Americans. A sergeant was killed. So now here's the thing about what happens next. So when the Americans were checking for any survivors, they found like Omar was still alive, but he was in very bad shape. Paka, he says like, like, alikuwa anasema, by then knew any to kill me already, because like half of his face or something was gone, because now he's now blind. But anyway, the Americans walimchukua and they stitched him up and survive. Ndo akapelekwa Guantanamo. But then the reason why also it's because his father was linked to Al-Qaeda, the Osama bin Laden group here. So there was a lot of that story. When you watch this, you will make your own conclusions. I usually like that. I usually like these stories, how it's not a leading story like, oh my god, no, it's bad, be good. This one you make your own conclusions on what might have happened, could have happened, should have happened. So, but one thing is for sure, his dad was linked to the Al-Qaeda group. So now there's so many stories revolving around Omar's life and everything. But anyway, that documentary, we get to see what happens to people in Guantanamo Bay. We did see some of his interrogations. We got to see the interrogation techniques that are used by the officers inside that camp, and I've always thought being in prison, like prisoners are the most loneliest people. Like I have always thought that. And so you watch that and you're like, wow, what about Guantanamo? Guantanamo is not like here in Committee that, in my church we can say, oh, we're visiting prisoners this first quarter of the year. You can't say you're visiting visitors in Guantanamo Bay. And so you get to see like, it's very eye-opening, to be honest. It's very eye-opening. You get to think, you get to see perspectives. And one thing for sure, you will know about terrorism is that it has no winners. Like, there is no winner in terrorism. We lose lives. So it's one thing that it's a different kind of documentary. You will think, you'll be fascinated. I'd love you to see it, to watch it, so that we can discuss it. Like, you tell me you watch it and we meet over lunch, and then we are discussing about documentaries. Guy, I'm so weird. So I'd advise you go and watch it. Guantanamo's Child. If you've not watched the Mungiki documentary by John Allen, please look for it. Also a brilliant thing. And that reminds me also, should I say that here? Apana. Maybe not. But go watch it. It's a brilliant documentary. I know you do not watch it every time, everything on Netflix. you have your places where you get your stuff. So look for it. Guantanamo's child, Omar Kadir, or Google him. You will get to know much about what happens. Although I'd also want to watch and read about the Akasha brothers being arrested, like how it all happened. It's I don't know. Unashtukia tu one day people have been flown to states. Hey, maze, like the planning. I hope Narcos will do. Let me not say that. I feel the need to correct myself about what I've said. There's no winner in terrorism, but then I remember there's a program I used to watch. I used to really like it. It was called Revenge by Emily Van Camp, and well, her dad was accused of being a terrorist, but then in the event, like something happened, and her dad used to work for this organization, and the organization really profited. People became billionaires. So yeah, I think maybe there are people who profit from such things. I mean, look at COVID billionaires, but who's talking? But bottom line, at the end of the day, people lives are lost, and man, that's sad. But anyway, you should let me know which other documentaries I should watch. Which ones are you watching? They shouldn't be that sad you cry. Like, which ones are you watching? Which ones fascinated you? I also want to know. I've just given you one of the two, the ones that I've really liked. You let me know yours, and then we can, we meet over, I think, lunch, or we go for a picnic, whatever, and then we discuss documentaries. Guys, okay, we won't do that, but let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. Mpaka sai. Please subscribe, and thank you. Mwah. Love you. Bye.